My name is Luciana Diaz, and I'm a missionary with Family Missions Company. I'm 26 years old. I originally first heard of FMC like 10 years ago, that's when I first encountered FMC on a mission trip. I was in high school, and our youth group went on a mission trip with FMC to New Orleans. And that was one of a handful of mission trips I had been on, but it was different. It was just an experience that was not like the rest. We were living in a homeless shelter for the week. We were singing all over the town and just praising Jesus. And the missionary that led us, the girl that was with us, I just thought she was just such a beautiful witness of joy, and I don't know, just radiated this peace and beauty, witnessing to the Lord. And that really stuck with me. And so that trip was different than the rest. It just was kind of set apart. And I remember a girl on that trip had felt at the end of the trip, she was like a year older than me, and she had said, "I think I'm called to be a missionary." And I was like, how do you know that? Like, how do you just get to know that you're supposed to be a missionary? I don't know, it just stuck with me. So, the Lord used that trip and several trips to plant many seeds in my heart, I think, for the poor, and to be able to have eyes to see the poor. And so throughout high school, I went on a few mission trips, and then into college, I had a heart for the poor, but my faith, I was living this double life. I fell away from Jesus. I wasn't really living a moral life at all, and just was living in a lot of darkness. But it really took kind of hitting this rock bottom in my college years of being pretty in darkness, just living in a lot of sin, living with no hope, like a very little hope, just living this fun life, but in a lot of internal darkness. And the Lord really broke into that place and spoke his love over me in a way that it called me higher. It called me into communion with other people, living the faith. And through that kind of change and just his love breaking through and to my heart, he reminded me of the poor. Like, he showed me the poor. I started encountering the poor and seeing myself in them, really, and wanting to just love them and share this love that God had given me with them. And so it was walking in that journey that I ended up re-encountering Family Missions Company through a couple of families that visited my college town, my college campus, and I was reminded of this life you could live with the poor as a family, as a single person, and I was just like hungry for that. I had this desire to give my life to the Lord, to give my life as a missionary, not knowing what that meant. But he gave me the grace to want to follow him. And so after college, I ended up joining a mission organization called Christ in the City, which was on stateside. I was in Denver with the homeless, and during the 2 years I was there, I still had this hunger for an all-in kind of mission of just really sharing my whole life with God's people and just getting to share his love with them and share Jesus and bring him to the ends of the earth. And so after Christ in the City, through this hunger for more, Family Missions Company actually came back up into my heart, and I felt like the Lord was inviting me to discern this invitation to be all in with him. And while I was doing that, I actually felt called to religious life, and I was trying to discern that, but Family Missions Company was kind of right there, side by side. And it was when I went on a mission trip with Family Missions Company to Mexico that I really felt reinvigorated, almost reborn, refreshed into new life of this life that they live, that I felt called to live like that, to share my life in the ordinary ways and in the maybe hidden ways of daily life with the poor, and just their docility to the Holy Spirit, just being free to follow God in an organic way wherever he might lead you. That really moved me. And so among other things, but the Lord really reminded me of my own heart when I visited FMC and just brought me a new life that I felt like that was really where he was calling me. And so I took me a couple months to kind of figure that out, but the Lord's invitation was really to like healing and to love more, to follow him truly and live as he lives, walking the streets, being with the poor, and giving my life entirely for the sake of his love. And so that is what led me to Family Missions Company.